Hi everybody, Susie Fido here from Marketing with Ethics, and in this week's Marketing Munch I'm going to show you how to store your lead magnet on the cloud using Amazon S3. So let's go over to Google and we would do a search. You simply in the search bar type Amazon S3. Now this is the storage that I personally use for my free downloads or lead magnets. It literally has cost me nothing. There is a tiered charging system and it does depend on your regions, how much you're adding to it and how many downloads you get. So I do recommend you look at the pricing. So to open an account, simply click on the top option, which is amazon.com/S3. And then click on the button Get Started with Amazon S3. Now this is asking me to sign into my account because obviously I already have an account. So in order to create a new one, let me do sign into a different account and then create new AWS account. Now you wouldn't have this come up if you haven't created an account already. So once you're in, you do get 12 months of free tier access. And with the free tier access, it does say that it's 12 months for free, but it does include 5 gig of storage, 20,000 get requests and 2,000 put requests. So until you're exceeding that, this would be a free account for you. So let me set up a new one here and click continue. Let me just get rid of that. You now fill in your details to set up your account. So I'll go through this very quickly and then I'll bring us back to the screen once I've done it. Okay, so I've now filled in all the details. At the top here you get the option of either professional or personal, and as it says in the information here, if you are looking to use this for your company, educational institution or organisation, then you must select professional. If not, you select personal. So create an account and continue. You're then asked to put your card details in, so I'll do that and then come back to you. So I filled in the card details and clicked on next, and now it goes to the phone verification. And I've added the information in there, so obviously it's a UK code and our telephone number. We then have to fill in the details at the bottom here just to show that we are human and select call me now. And when you do this, you need to make sure that you're by the phone number that's being provided, because you will be called immediately by their automated system. And it hasn't like that because I did the security check incorrect. So obviously that squiggle was a U on the beginning. So let's try again. And there's a 4-digit number come up. You can now hear the phone is ringing. So I have to answer the call. And it's just telling me there's an automated call from Amazon. And now I'm being asked to enter the 4-digit PIN number. I've just entered the number in the phone and it's now come up showing that it's been successfully verified. At that point, you just put the phone down and click on continue. The majority of you will look at the basic plan, which is free. So you select which plan it is that you would like. At this point, you want to go back and check your emails because you would have received an email from them. We can see here I've got welcome to Amazon Web Services. Thank you for creating a web service account. For the next 12 months, you'll have free access to core AWS compute, storage, database, and application services within the limits of the free tier. So getting started resources. And when you go on, you're not necessarily wanting to look at the videos, but if you look in the top right hand corner, you'll see complete sign up. So click on that. You don't have to fill in any of this information here. Just click sign into the console. And again, mine's trying to get me to sign into my other existing account. So let me do sign into a different account. And this is the email we used. Next. So you now ask for more security because obviously you haven't given a password at this stage. So you need to type the characters that you see in the image below. And here we go. Now you get to put your password in that you choose. At this point, you simply click on S3, and that takes you into the actual storage console. Now you need to think about how you're going to store this information. So let's have a look at creating a bucket for you to store your files in. This is not the files itself, it's just the name of the folder so that you know where you're looking. So you click on Create Bucket. Now this part can be a tricky part because it does pick up these bucket names from across all accounts. So sometimes it may come up saying that the bucket already exists. And you just keep coming up with a new name until you find one that actually works for you. So if I do MWE freebies and click on Next. This section here is very useful if you use version control. For example, at the moment, keep multiple versions of an object in the same bucket. It's automatically defaulted to disabled, but you can simply click on it and you can then enable versioning. I'm going to come out of that though because we don't need that. I personally just select Next at this stage. And as you can see, now we have to set the permissions. So manage users, I'm the owner, so therefore I will obviously have read, write, access on objects and the object permissions. Then we go to manage public permissions. It automatically defaults to do not grant public read access on this bucket, which is recommended. However, this is being specifically set up for your free downloads and therefore you do want to give public access. So if you grant public read access to this bucket, and it now warns you that everyone in the world will have read access, and that's fine. You want people to be able to read it. They still can't make any alterations to it. Down here, you've got manage system permissions and do not grant Amazon S3 log delivery group write access to this bucket. You do have the option where you can grant it, but you don't want to do that. So you leave that on do not grant and then select next. So now you can see this is the settings for this particular bucket. We've got the bucket name, the region, then you can see what's going on with the properties, whether you've got versioning access on there. There's only the one user, but there are public permissions so other people can see it. And you create the bucket. Now you have your bucket or folder set up ready to be able to add details to it. So if you click on the bucket and you want to upload your free download or lead magnet to it. So you click on upload. You then want to go into add files. And this defaults to a lot of my other stuff. So let's come out of there. Let's go into ebooks. Let's say we want to download the Facebook Live checklist. That's the JPEG version of it there. This particular one I actually created as an image rather than as a PDF. So that's there already and you select upload. And as you can see, 100% successful. So that's now been uploaded. So within your Amazon S3, your MWE freebies bucket, you've now got this free download added. You see the details of when it was last modified. You can see how big it is. And it is at standard storage class. So that's your free tier. You can click on it and it will then give you the information here. Now this is only you as the user that has access to this. This is not what people see when they actually get the free download. And here is the link. So when it comes to adding a button onto the email that you've sent out for people to then actually get their free download, this is the link that you will copy it to. In order for people to actually be able to use that link, however, you do want to click on Make Public. It comes up saying success, and now if I was to copy this, this is how it looks when people click on the link that you share with them. They then have the ability to be able to go into it and they can then download it. So taking a quick look at the details of this particular download, you've got the overview here like we said. You've then got the properties, so you can double check it is under standard storage, which is great because that means the chances are you won't get charged. The permissions, you can see that you have read access, you've also got the object permissions and you've got the write object permissions. And down here you can see public access, Everybody can read it, but they can't write it. And that's all there is to it. So let me just show you how to create another one once you've got one there. So again, it's create bucket. Let's call it MWE test 2. You've got the region. Now you have the option to select the settings from an existing bucket. And if you've got several buckets, it would have the number of them. Go to the drop down menu, you select which one it is. So select next. Again, you can change if you want that to be versioning. And go through, change this again to grant public access. And create bucket. And there you go. That's how to have a second bucket created. So that's all there is to it, guys. And like I say, this is for the majority of you going to be a free service, unless you have an awful lot of free downloads and a lot of activity. But quite frankly, it's worth paying for it then. So that is how to store your lead magnet onto the cloud using Amazon S3. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any other great little videos giving us some free help and advice. And this is Susie Fido from Marketing with Ethics, signing out for now. Have a great day, everybody.